Anthony Joshua versus Denis Bakhtov this Saturday. The first time I saw Denis Bakhtov was way back in the day, over 10 years ago, when he fought a guy called Keith Long, who was a British heavyweight from back in the days, who he's not from Brixton, but he used to train in Brixton. I actually used to go to the same gym as Keith Long. And that's the first time I saw Bakhtov. He's a short guy. He's about 5'11". He's been around forever, but he's only 34 years old, which is surprising considering how long he's been around. And he's, I suppose, got fairly quick hands, got fairly decent power, nothing special, nothing spectacular. Is he a step up from Konstantin Eric? Yes, he is, because he beat Eric and he beat him recently. But he has been stopped several times. Like I say, he is a short heavyweight. Not particularly quick feet, but does have fairly quick hands and a decent punch. Is he a threat to Anthony Joshua? Apart from his punch power, he's actually quite skilled, with his counter punching, and his boxing ability is, maybe on a European level of skill. He's actually quite skilled. Joshua, if he keeps it long, should be able to win this fight easily. But Joshua has been making mistakes, which I've been talking about in most of my post-fight videos with Anthony Joshua. Even in his last fight against Eric, mistakes were made. I mean, really and truly, Joshua should wipe the floor with a guy like Bakhtov, just based on his ability alone, his Olympic pedigree, world championships, and all that kind of stuff. He should be able to wipe the floor with Bakhtov, but this is heavyweight boxing. I know it's a cliche, but it's true. Lennox Lewis was knocked out by Oliver McCall and Hasim Ratman, two guys who were not in the same league as him, because he underestimated them. He got complacent. So unless Joshua gets complacent, then he shouldn't have any problem really with Denis Bakhtov. He should be able to deal with him fairly comfortably. I'm not saying Bakhtov won't present a few problems here and there. He maybe will, but if Joshua's careful and sensible, he should be able to take care of Bakhtov without too much hassle. But it might go a bit further than the Eric fight. We'll see. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you feel. I'm hoping to see an improvement in the weaknesses that I saw in Joshua in his last few fights. And I've been saying that I wish he would go with a different trainer. No disrespect to Tony Sims, but I wish he would go with a different trainer. His footwork, in my opinion, needs correcting. And it hasn't been improving as far as I'm concerned in his past few fights. So I'd like to see that corrected. And he backs up in straight lines quite often with his chin in the air, with his left hand down. I'm not sure a guy as short as Bakhtov will be able to exploit that. But certainly if you think of a guy like David Haye, for example, who's got a wicked straight right hand, a guy backing up to the ropes with his chin in the air, that's like Christmas and New Year's and birthday all rolled into one for a guy like David Haye. And the reason why I mentioned David Haye is because Eddie Hearn, yes, I know Eddie Hearn's always talking up Joshua. And obviously, you know that I believe Joshua has got an incredible amount of potential. I think he could be one of the great heavyweights if he's brought along properly. If he has the right trainer, if he gets the right fights at the right time, I think he's got the physical potential to be one of the greats. I'm serious. Certainly to be better than the domestic level heavyweights. But he has to get the right trainer and the right setup and be brought along properly. But Eddie Hearn is saying this guy is the greatest thing since sliced bread, basically. And he's saying that Joshua's going to be ready for David Haye and Tyson Fury and all the British heavyweights next year. So that's why I mentioned David Haye. How do you think Joshua would do against David Haye? I'd be interested to hear some of your opinions on that. How do you think Joshua would fare against the Haymaker? Drop your comments below. Let me know how you feel about this fight and everything I've talked about. This is Hatman. I'm out.